Hello and welcome to another marvelous video. Now, when it comes to the team of superheroes from the DC universe, Flash is one of the most popular and one of the most successful characters. Known for being the fastest man alive, Flash has often saved realities from collapsing. He might sound childish and he's often been talked down by other characters, but at the peak of his power, he can be a challenge even for Superman. He's no stranger to time traveling, and in today's video we'll be talking about the instance where Barry Allen came face to face with the older version of himself, whom we can address as the Old Man Barry Allen. This was shown in the Flash Year 1 story arc, which stretched across the Flash issue 70 to 75. It's essential to keep in mind that the older version of Barry was not from any alternate reality, but just from the future.
Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Old Man Flash. Barry meets his future version. The story begins with 2016's Flash issue 70 by writer Joshua Williamson. The issue brings a recap of Flash's origins. We get a glimpse of young Barry browsing through comics in his attic on a stormy night, and soon his mother comes in, and after a brief conversation, the two hug. The story then shifts to 15 years into the future, with Barry's mother dead and his father accused of her death. He dedicates his life to studying criminalistics, mainly focusing on forensic science. One day while studying a murder case in his lab, lightning strikes Barry, and the event is popularly known to be the cause of Barry's powers. Barry's body lay in a comatose state for 3 months, and when he woke up he found the cells in his body functioning at a tremendous speed along with his movements. Shocked and excited at these powers, Barry was slowly trying to identify them and get used to them. However, after burning all his shoes, he planned to switch to Wayne Tech's fireproof shoes that were made for firefighters. Now this worked, and Barry began running with excitement. As his speed kept increasing, Barry planned to go further. However, after a certain point when he tripped and fell, he found himself in an unknown reality. There were innumerable soldiers with unique turtle-like attire, and from their conversations, it could be inferred that they were working for the Turtle King. For those who aren't familiar with the Turtle King, he was a villain and the exact opposite of the Flash. While Flash was the conduit for the Speed Force, for the Turtle King it was the Still Force, and this allowed him to make things move around super slowly. Getting back to the story, Barry was flabbergasted at the sudden shift in reality, and when the Turtle King's henchmen noticed and charged him, a bright red light appeared and neutralized them. This was an old Barry Allen, the resident of this new reality that Barry had landed. The old Barry introduced himself to his younger counterpart, but all of this was too overwhelming for a person who had no clue about time travel before this. It took a while for the young Barry Allen to calm down, during which time the Turtle King's henchmen charged the two speedsters. While Old Man Barry Allen fought them easily, the younger Barry took a few tips and learned how to use his new powers. The two moved on to a safer place, and when Barry asked his older self how things could make him a superhero, well, Old Man Barry refrained from answering. He stated that their life is a loop, and that any error causing it to break could very well destroy reality. After going through a few questions, Old Man Barry inferred that the two were from the same reality but different time periods. He showed Barry the tower made by King Turtle that created a shield covering Central City from the rest of the world. The shield, also known as the Shell, could drain speed out of anything, and even a speedster like the Flash couldn't phase through it. The Turtle King used his powers to steal energy and speed from Central City and its people, and his shield stopped any interference from other superheroes. The two Barrys couldn't stay in the same place for long, as it brought them to the notice of Turtle King's henchmen, and since their speed was what Turtle King needed, they had to avoid being caught at all costs. After fighting a few more henchmen, Old Man Barry took the younger Barry to the Cosmic Treadmill, which could send him to the exact point where he was displaced. Old Man Barry repaired the device, and as young Barry began to run on it, more and more of those henchmen arrived on scene. Old Man Barry was seemingly caught, while young Barry managed to run on the Cosmic Treadmill and return himself to his original time. Once he had done that, he began working on the principles of time travel which could create the Cosmic Treadmill. However, he suddenly remembered he had to go meet Iris, and as he rushes across town, he's nearly flattened by a police car. There's chaos in the streets, as a villain known as the Turtle King looted the Central City Trust. However, Iris stood up against the Turtle King before he could think much. Watching a girl with no superhuman abilities stand up against the villain gave Barry the courage to fight the Turtle King. Quickly changing into a new outfit, Barry faces off with the King. Although his punches were slowed down by the villain, Barry manages to hold his ground. When Turtle King throws Barry into an adjacent wall, the latter vibrated at the exact frequency to phase through it. Barry had seemingly mastered his powers, and in a flash the Turtle King was taken down and then arrested. However, the Turtle King's threat was not yet over. He returned in issue 74. It was not the one that young Barry stopped during his theft and imprisoned him in Iron Heights, but the one from the future. As mentioned earlier, when Barry Allen ran on the cosmic treadmill to return to his time, Old Man Barry was caught, and since then he had been tortured by the Turtle King. Return of the Turtle King. The issue begins with Barry and Iris hiding in an alleyway, watching the Turtle King and his army march across Central City. It was the Turtle King from the future who had arrived with the retrained Old Man Barry. Flash didn't waste much time and faced the villain. Now, instead of facing this monster alone, he used his speed to free Old Man Barry and take him back to his lab. The older Barry stated that after young Barry left using the cosmic treadmill, he was captured by the Turtle King, who not only forced him to run on the treadmill and locate young Barry, but it also drained him of his speed. Old Man Barry sounded like he'd already given up, but for the younger version, his inspiration was Iris, who had always had the courage to face anything that was wrong and unjust. As the two men discussed, Iris had infiltrated Turtle King's base and neutralized a few of his henchmen before being caught. Meanwhile, young Barry planned to face the Turtle King and stop him, a plan that Old Man Barry did not support. He stated that the Turtle King wanted Barry to run towards him so that he could use his speed force and gain the power to damage the multiverse as well. However, this was not enough to stop young Barry, who rushed towards the Turtle King to stop his wrath once and for all. Upon arriving, he found both present and future versions of the Turtle King, and as Flash fought the two of them, Iris destroyed their tech, which was retaining the citizens of Central City. Next, Barry and the two Turtle Kings fought a ferocious battle in which Barry emerged victorious. He trapped the Turtle King's powers in the past and erased the future from ever happening. That not only erased the future Turtle King, but also Old Man Barry from existence. The Return of Old Man Barry. Issue 87 of 2016's Flash showcases the events after Rogue's reign, and how Flash's powers are too dangerous to let him be free. The issue begins with Barry and Captain Cold being taken to Arkham Asylum. After seeing how he lost control of his powers, Barry surrenders himself while Kid Flash and the Flash of China were in Star Labs to counter the Speed Force going out of control. When Flash and Cold arrived at Arkham, they were greeted by Hartley Rathway, aka the Pied Piper, who managed to figure out a temporary solution for the uncontrollable Speed Force. As Barry struggled to keep his troubles at bay, suddenly Old Man Barry arrived at his residence to tell him that even after defeating the Turtle King of the future, things were not back to normal. Barry's actions have caused their loop to break and created a paradox that will soon be coming for them. He stated that Barry should talk to Commander Cold, and when the latter said Cold was dead, Old Man Barry perished into ashes, stating that it was already too late. In his final words, Old Man Barry stated that Barry had only one option, and that was to run. That was the end of Old Man Barry, and he was erased from all of existence. Marvelous verdict. And so we come to the end of our video, and we hope you liked our content. Old Man Barry might have been erased from reality, but we all had that same notion at the end of the previous instance, until he reappears in issue 87. Thus, there's always a possibility for writers to come up with new ideas for bringing back characters. The best part of the story arc was how young Barry was taught about controlling his powers by his older self. Well, that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching the video, and make sure to add your views on the character yourself down below. Bye for now, and of course stay tuned for the next marvelous video.